It's going to be Israel Abanikanda, running back, Pittsburgh Panthers. This guy, 5'11", 215 pounds. I'll tell you what, me and Andy were talking about him earlier. We were touching what we thought on him. It's really tough to tell because his offensive line was so good. I mean, they opened up some truck-size holes for this guy. And usually it's, you look at that and you're like, okay, well, he's just the benefit of good offensive line play. And I usually take that into heavy consideration. And I did a little bit here with him. I have him number 10 on my list. But the thing I really like about him is, like we talked earlier, right around 20 years old right now, still a young guy. Got a lot of time left, he's a really raw prospect, But the one thing I liked the most with Israel Abanikanda was when he got those holes, and this is a key, he knew how to use them. His vision is really good. He knows where to find the holes, find the openings, and then his speed is unreal. He is breakaway speed. When he gets out in the open 9 times out of 10, he's gone. And he played some really good games last year. I mean, he had 20 touchdowns last year. I mean, that's a boatload of touchdowns. I don't care at what any league you're playing in. That's important to me. And I look at these games. I go to the Virginia Tech game, which was a giant game for him. He rushed for like 300 yards and 6 touchdowns that game.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, hey, you know what? It's good offensive line play. And I understand that, but that's a boatload of yards and that's a boatload of touchdowns. So he knows where to go with the football. His pass catching's kind of average. I mean, he's not horrible at it, but he offers you a decent ability in that. I think he could get better. I think, like I said, he's just a real raw prospect.
Yeah.
But I really like the speed. I really like what he did last year. I mean, he ripped the ACC apart.
Yeah, 130 yards per game.
Yeah, and another thing to mention is, and we talked about this earlier, I take this into consideration a little bit. Pitt has put out some good running backs throughout the year. So, they have guys that are capable, but I really like this guy. I have him about 10th. If I could get him in the 3rd round, I'd be really happy with it because, to me in the 3rd round, that's where I like taking someone like this. Just a raw prospect, like someone that, has a pretty big ceiling, I think, all in all. I mean, I think he could have a fairly big ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get him in the 3rd round, especially that he's shown that he can score touchdowns, that's big for getting a guy in the 3rd round. I mean, look at like James Conner. He's not the best rushing guy, but he gets in the end zone and he gets some points.
Yeah, definitely does. Has a nose for the end zone, and I mean, and the thing is he has some moves too. I mean, he ain't like the most elusive runner I've ever seen, but he can put a move on someone here and there. Like I said, if I think he's coached up properly, if I think he lands in the right landing spot, I really like this guy. Like I said, 3rd round. If he's there, I'd be really happy to take him. What did you guys think of him?
Yeah, I thought he was good in open space, and I liked his footwork, the line of scrimmage. Like you said, the big playability seemed like when he got a hole,
he was gone.
I docked him in lateral agility. I didn't think he moved very good laterally, but 130 yards per game and the touchdowns were really nice.
Definitely. And against 2 ranked opponents last year, 21 UNC, he rushed for 26 yards, 26 attempts, 127 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then he went up against Tennessee. Well, that was a big one. Tennessee had a good team last year. 25 attempts, 154 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that to me, that's good. I mean, he showed out, and the ACC has some teams. They ain't as good as they usually are, but they still are solid. You got your Miamis, you got your people like that. They're usually respectable anyhow. But what did you think of, man?
I need to get back and watch him because I trust your opinion a lot, and I didn't see it. I didn't see it personally, but that's what's good. Like, I trust your guys' opinion as well. I've seen a lot of huge holes, and he's real top end speed, but I didn't feel like he was real bursty. Like, I felt like once he got going, you weren't going to catch him, but he had to get going. There's a lot of times, maybe I was just in a bad mood because I would be watching. I'm like, oh, what do you see? He scored again. He wasn't even touched.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, he did his job, though. Like, you can't really dock the guy for doing his job. Again, like you, I thought his hands were kind of just average. Not bad. I mean, he made some nice catches. The burst, I really docked him on. I didn't really see a lot of athleticism out of him. I didn't really see the moves or any of the footwork stuff, but I do like his size at 5'11", 215 and being that fast. And being only 20 years old, I mean, the guy does have some upside.
Right.
If he goes to a good spot and a good line, I mean, you can always, the thing that's always said, speed kills, and it's true. So if he can just get his burst up a little bit, the vision's there, so...
I saw him comp to Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's just his age too, man. I take that in consideration. I mean,
I think he should have stayed again.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think he should have stayed one more year.
Yep.
I think he made the leap a little too early in a good running back class. But again, a 3rd round pick, a guy with that, with them kind of numbers, I'm just intrigued.
Yeah, yeah. Because like you said, 320 yards, what he had 30 Virginia Tech, 36, 320, 6 touchdowns.
That's video game stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And I mean,
But I did see a couple of them like he wasn't even touched. But still,
that's it. That's what I said to you this morning. Like, like I chuckled whenever you said it to me, and it was like, I agree. Like, it's so hard to judge a player but I'm like, okay, did you take advantage of it? Yes.
Yeah.
Did you pull away from the defense? Like you said, when you got going? Yeah. I mean, if he got into the open field, he was a ghost most of the times. I mean, he was hard to get. So I really like him. Like I said, 3rd round, I'm okay with it. I mean, he's just not someone I'm out on. I mean, if I'm sitting in the middle of the 3rd round, he's on the board, 20-year-old-ish back.
Yeah.
With a high ceiling like that, I'd take him with the stats and just give him a try. I'm okay.
Definitely.
It's just keeping it in perspective.
Right. I like I said, I got him ranked kind of low. I got him ranked 17 of 18.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go back and watch the tape because I trust you guys. I mean,
Yep. I got him 10. I mean, it ain't like crazy high, but it's not crazy low either. Right about middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Yep.